Here we go, guys. This is another day of stock market trading. Welcome to the channel. This is Coach Lud, and we are here for another review. Momentum is fading. We had another green day in the market, but you can see we started out strong, and the momentum pretty much faded. And what we are seeing right now, what we are seeing in the VIX, that means tomorrow we have an 85% chance of a down day. We're gonna get into this. Um, it's going to be an interesting one. I know we've had a couple of great days, but as I told you guys in the previous video I posted this morning, I am very, very, very nervous about where the market is right now. We're going to get into this. Let me give you guys some time. We're going to get through. All right, folks, we are back. We are back. It is another episode of welcome again, guys, to the channel. If you are here already, make sure to like this video. If you are not yet subscribed, make sure you do. Make sure you do. As you guys know, every single yesterday, obviously, I wasn't here. You guys know it was the Super Bowl. So my apologies. I did not let you guys know in advance that we're not going to have a live. But we have the Super Bowl, we have the Olympics. There was a lot of things going on. So I wanted to give you guys some time to actually spend some time with the family, have a good time, relax, don't think about the market, and coming back today and being refreshed and ready to go. So what we saw in the market today was what I call fading momentum. All right. So we started out strong, right? The market opened and we did a big push. And for the rest of the days, for the most part, we just went sideways. We did not do anything really, no big moves or anything like that. We just went sideways. You can clearly see the momentum is fading. But excuse me, if you're looking at it if you want to take a step back and really look at it, we did have a pretty good day in the market. That's what happened. We did. If you were already in since Thursday, you did great. Like I told you guys, for me, I was already out as far as my QQQ, my Nasdaq, my SPY. I mean, that was my SPY calls. Since Friday, I took my profit and I ran. I did not catch the continued move upward. Now, I do have other things that I hold in my portfolio, right? I do have other things that I hold in my portfolio, but I did not have anything else. If you are here, by the way, please drop me a like. Let me know you here. Let me know where you're watching from. Would love to know where you guys are watching from every single time. I'd like to know that. Let's get into the chart, guys. Actually, no, before we get into the chart, what I'm going to do is go in the economic calendar real quick. All right. Here we go. This needs to pop up right now. Just bear with me one second, guys. We're gonna head. You know what? This is what happens when you do things live, right? That's the beauty of doing. There you go. Beautiful. Now we have that up. So today was a pretty quiet day. We had a couple of Fed speaks. Not nothing big happened today. But again, I'm going over this because we did not have a live yesterday. So since we did not have one yesterday, I'm going to keep doing that with you guys as well. So tomorrow we do have a pretty busy day tomorrow. All right. So tomorrow is very busy. Before the open, we have employment cost index, important price. I mean, we have a few things coming tomorrow that may shake up the market a little bit. So be careful. Well, since this is being done after hours, we don't know. Again, going into tomorrow, personally, I would let you guys know because I always tell you guys that going into tomorrow, I put on some protection hedge. I put some hedge, right? I get some hedge. So protection puts. I may lose the money on those puts. I don't care if I do, but if we have a big drop down, I can make some money on the downside to protect my portfolio. That's how insurance works. When we pay for insurance, if we don't get in car accidents, we don't get a refund, right? So that's the way I play the game. Just in case something bad happens, I'm covered. All right. Anyway, this is what we're looking at. Thursdays when the big stuff happens. That's when we're gonna get hourly wages, unemployment rate, unemployment report, and all these kind of things. Now, I want you guys to remember one specific thing, and that is this past January is the biggest job cut, not ad, right? Not ad, layoff. Biggest we've had in more than in nearly 2 decades, in nearly 20 years. We have not seen anything like that. All right, so I want you guys to be prepared. And this is not for me to scare anybody. I'm really this is coming from a place of love. All right, that's where this is coming from. I want you guys to get ready in case you get the call into HR or whatever it is. You are ready. You have a plan. What is your plan? Let's say you're not trading. You just do that on the side. You're not, or maybe you're just very curious and you love trading, so you watch my channel, right? But this is what I want to challenge you guys on. If they call you into HR tomorrow, or your manager give you a call tomorrow and say, you know what, we no longer need your services, how do you plan on replacing that income? And if your answer is I don't know, you got work to do. You got because this is what I can tell you. All those people that was laid off, they didn't know it was going to be them. They didn't think it was going to be them. It's never you until it's you, right? Yeah, it sounds funky, but I guess you guys get the drift. You never think this could happen to you. You never think this is gonna happen will happen to your company. You think things are okay, and then boom. Think about it, right? You work for Amazon, and Amazon's making record profits. Right, they're making a lot of money and stuff like that. Hey, we had this great quarter. They might, as companies do, to reward the workers when you busted your bum and give them, make sure they make the most profit they can, and they give you some pizza from Domino's and and some soda. So that's the reward. They were so happy they give you pizza. All right, and then just to find out a couple of weeks later, you're going to get laid off. Now you can wait and see what happens and fall victim to something like that, or you can start preparing yourself. So this is why one of the reasons I do these things that I do every single night. If you want to join the community, fine. If you just want to work online, fine. That's okay. I mean, I would love for people to come and join the community so you can learn or come copy my trades. You know what I mean? So you can make some money. But if you want to do things on your own, that's okay. I just want you guys to be able to go find something where you can have some additional income, where you're not fully giving anybody full control over your life, where it's like it's either them or nobody. Right? This is how you get mistreated. This is how people think they have all kind of leverage over you because you don't have a choice. And at the moment they feel like you don't have a choice, they treat you any kind of way. All right. Anyway, let me get off my soapbox. Let's go back into the thing. I just felt like I just wanted to bring that in and talk to you guys about that. Um, so, looking at what we have also coming in, hourly wages year over year. So, I believe those were delayed. So, we're going to have those on Wednesday. But tomorrow, this is what we're getting tomorrow. All right. Let's jump right into it. What is the motto again, guys? Right from the get go, the motto is the same. POP, it is process over profit. All right, process over profit. Okay, let me just even remove this. Now, why do you guys think I bought calls at this level? Why? I bought calls at this level because if you want to look at that, we keep coming to this level multiple times. All right, since we went up and did this, right? We came down. Look at that. We closed below. We bounce. We did this. We just came to that level. We bounced again. Every single time we have a big bearish candle close below that level, as you guys could see, we keep bouncing. So this is why I felt confident enough for me to take the trade that I took where I bought calls. All right. So now this is the reverse. Why, if you asking yourself, why did this crazy man took some puts? This is why I took some puts. I am not saying I am 100% right, but once again, I have a portfolio that have long-term bullish calls on. I have calls on, right? Calls, stocks, whatever it might be, right? So I have a portfolio that have all these things. Therefore, now that we are at this level, which what exactly have we learned? This is the SPX, by the way. That's the S&P 500. What have we learned? Every time we come to this zone, we get rejected. We come back again, rejected. Now we back here again. So far, it has not proven that it can break through it. Therefore, if we cannot break through this, right? If we cannot, I want to be covered on the downside. All right. If I even remove this one, by the way, when I switched over to the SPY, which is what most of you guys trade, you guys are going to see that. Remember when I was telling you guys, hey, we have that wedge pattern being formed, like right in there, and it seems like we're just chopping in there. This is what we're still doing. We just get right back into the wedge. This is just like this is a bull, this is a bear trap, it's a bull trap, bear trap. That's all we're doing. We're just doing bull trap, bear trap, bull trap, bear trap. That's what we're doing. Is that another bear trap? I don't know. All right. It is possible we break above this level and continue to run. It is also possible that we drop tomorrow all the way here, find some support, right, and then do this until we can break out of that wedge. All right. So that's what I'm looking at. Now let me go exactly in the SPY, which is what most of you guys trade, and you can see why I'm also still iffy. So if I'm looking at this, you guys can see the lows I'm getting, right? This is the 2020 lows. And what we can see, once again, every single time we get to the top of this channel, this right here, what do? Reject, right? Okay, I took the wrong tool, guys. I took the wrong tool. We come here. Okay, we have to stop doing that. Why am I acting like an amateur? There you go. We come here, we reject it. Move up again, rejected. Once again, we try, rejected. Try it again. We broke out of this level. Completely got out. That's where we got out of the wedge. That wedge was actually completed. We broke below, right? Broke below. We retraced up. We dropped back down. We're going back again. This is why I bought puts. This is a level we have not been able to take. So what is one thing I keep teaching you guys, right? The market likes to take the path of least resistance. So if the market is most likely going to take the path of least resistance, that means the easier path for the market to take, unless we have a gap up when those numbers come out, the path of least resistance is a pullback down. All right, so that's the higher probability because we had a strong resistance level. So whenever we get to strong support, I'm favoring the upside. And then this is where I talk about when I talk about the VIX. On Friday, the VIX was elevated, and the VIX showed us. I believe the VIX was above 10% or around like 15%. Whenever the VIX, I have spoken to you guys about this before many times. So whenever you guys see the VIX is above 10%, that means the next two trading days, we have an 85% chance of going on the opposite direction. So if the market went up and the VIX spiked 10%, that means the next two trading days, we have an 85% chance for the market to actually drop. And if the market dropped and the VIX spiked more than 10%, the next two trading days, we have a possibility, an 85% possibility, probability for the market to have a green day. So this is what we're looking at. And on top of that, we are at resistance level, right? So that means you add those two things, and then guess what? Let's take a look at the MACD to see are we having any momentum. The MACD sort of like give us a bit of a momentum indicator. So we are right back to this level, right? But look at what the MACD is. The MACD is not coming, is not going up where you think, okay, we're going to push up, maybe we do bit of a pullback, and then we curl back up. We're not seeing higher highs in the MACD. We're not even retraced back to the previous level, because if you're looking at this right now, we are literally just going down. So you have to be cognizant of all these different things. You know what I mean? So you have to be cognizant of that. So if we go on the 4 hours, right? Let's take a look at the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, we can say this was a okay. This was actually a lower low in the MACD. But as of right now, we are coursed up, right? We are coursed up as of right now, and the 4 hours do not look bad. This is the thing, right? So we have both of these cases at play right now. If you're looking at it, you could say what we are currently doing is an inverted head and shoulder pattern. So that means we're going to need the right shoulder to form so we can make a move, right? So that could be the play, right? That could be the play. That's what the 4 hours is currently showing. But at the same time, again, we are near a strong resistance level. Now, if I go in the 2 hours, 2 hour time frame, you guys can see exactly what's happening in the 2 hour time frame. We actually made a new high here, which is good. That's actually pretty good. And you guys can see how we are consolidating here. So therefore, we are making a bigger, we are forming that left shoulder. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good, and I really like that in the 2 hours. If we go in the 30 minutes, however, this is the one of the problems that we have. So we will need this to sort itself out pre-market. We don't want this all this thing to get into to really get into the trading day, where it's going to have to sort itself out doing in the middle of the trading day. So if we're looking at the MACD right here, what do we see? Let me do that so it come a lot easier. The MACD is doing a bearish divergence. This is a lower high in the MACD, so that means we're printing down, meaning we do not have the momentum that we need to have that extra push, right? We simply do not have the momentum, but that's okay. We sometimes what happens, we might have middle of the night, like overnight trading. Hopefully that move is done where we do that bit of pullback and then we curl back up. All right. So that's the play. That's what we are looking at. So you have two possible scenarios. For us to continue make a move up, we need to gap up above this level, right? We need a gap up above that level right there. But we have strong resistance right here. This is where we came to touch, pretty much. We came right at this level and got pushed right back down. So we need to break that trend line so we can go make new highs. That's what we need to do. Does the market having it to do it? I don't know, because all I'm seeing right now is a lot of institution selling and getting out of positions, money shifting in the market, and things like that. Now, let me just take a quick look at the cues so you guys can see what's happening with the cues. Again, you guys saw it. This is the thing that scares me the most. The Qs is the big dog. That's the heavyweight of the market, right? The mega cap. Those $1 trillion companies. These are the companies when they move, the market will move no matter what happens. All right? The broader market, as far as the SPY and whatever, is going to move. Now, let's see exactly what we did right here. So we were here and we actually pushed down, broke through the level, so we lost the trend line, and then we retraced, did a perfect retracement. That's a perfect retracement, just going back to the scene of the crime. All right, that's a retest, going right back to the scene of the crime. I mean, there's a couple of factors here. All right, so factor number one, I like the fact that we actually closed above this zone. That's good news. We close above the zone. That is good news. So I like that. However, we actually went and touched right, almost right below the trend line, and got pushed back down. And if you look at the volume profile for today, the volume was low. That is very weak volume. There's no momentum. All right. And what do I always say? If we don't have momentum and we at certain levels, those kind of things scares me. All right. So that's what I'm looking at. These kind of things scares me because of where we are. Let me check the just digging in the lower time frame, see what we're doing. Once again, we have the possibility of an inverted head and shoulder pattern. So we'll see if we can reclaim and go back inside of that wedge. That would be good. So far, so good. The MACD in the 4 hours actually is actually pointing up. This is the MACD, but we are deep in negative territory, right? Look at on this side, you can see we are deep in negative territory. Now, if we go in the 2 hour time frame, what it is that you guys saw, we had a little mini, we had a little mini head and inverted head and shoulder pattern right here, and we pushed up. But that's now it's not really a big push, and now we're doing another one. All right. So that would mean this would serve as the left shoulder. That would serve as the right shoulder, and and looks like we might have another move. So that would be great. The 2 hours is okay, and I like the fact that the MACD is higher than the most recent curve down. So that means we're making a higher high in the MACD, and that is really good news. And we're not even at this high yet, at the previous high. We're that low, so we're doing that. So the market is a bit confused right now. That's what I'm looking at. Um, the if I'm taking a look at the 30 minutes, what do you guys know about the 30 minutes? If you take a look here, what exactly do we see? We can see we pushed up right here, and we are doing a what, guys? We are doing a bull flag right now. There you go. We are doing a bull flag. All right. So that's the 30 minutes. This look good. But what we would need to confirm that bull flag is while we do this, we would need a curl up. All right. We would need this to curl up so we can go make new highs. That's what we need. Do we have the momentum to do that? As of right now, it doesn't look like it, but we cannot ignore the pattern that we are seeing. All right, this is the pattern we are seeing. But the issues that I have with this personally is the fact that things are looking a bit too rosy for me. Things are looking a little bit, just a little bit too rosy for me. But all this uh, uh, nice little pattern that we are seeing, which would make us feel very comfortable. But we don't have the momentum. That means this is a retail trader move. This is not an institutional move because when institution steps in, you can clearly see it. They cannot hide it. Those guys buy big. They buy massive volume. So when they come in, it shows because the volume profile would reflect that. But as of right now, that is not what we are seeing. And if you, as a matter of fact, if you want to take a look at it, that's on the in the 30-minute time frame. I would say right here, look at the size of this volume. I would say, see, these guys buying this level. That's them. This volume profile, that's them. End of day, you can see the push early in the morning. That's them pushing it up. But then guess what? Once we get here, what you're seeing is them unwinding and de-risking their position. As a matter of fact, I did not have the the chart up for you guys as usual. There you go. This is what we are looking at. This is it. You guys can see it here. This is the volume profile, and you can see the volume profile. And right there, this seems more like they are taking profit. They got in right at this level, and right now they are taking profit. By the way, I'm gonna remind you guys again. If you are here, please make sure to like the live, share the live with somebody. Help me get more people in the channel, help the channel grow. I appreciate you guys' help that have been liking and sharing and commenting and asking questions. I really like that. I want to remind you guys again because I have to say that nothing I say here is any suggestions for you guys to buy or hold or sell any of your anything. Everything I do here is for educational purposes. Make sure you do your own due diligence, and trading carries risk, including loss of capital. Make sure to contact with a financial advisor if you are not sure what you are doing. But what I want to do here when I come here is try to translate what the market is telling me, right? What I understand about the market, and share with you guys what I'm going to do or what I might have done or what I'm planning on doing. But nothing is suggesting that you guys should buy or should do anything. This is what I wanna make that clear with you guys. But when I'm with you in the chart, I'll be honest with you guys. When I'm with you in the, let me just say translate the chart. When I'm translating the chart for you guys, my emotions is not in it. This is no fluff. This is no BS. We're talking strictly technical analysis. This is not me watching the news and say this might happen. Yeah, news can whatever, but guess what? One thing you're going to see. It does not matter what news is going to come out. The positioning comes before the news. This is why how you guys hear the term coin buy the rumor, sell the news. Once the news is out, the move is already made. A lot of times there's no continuation in those moves. All right, or if there's going to be, there's typically a pullback first because guess what? People who bought at this level, when it runs, they took profit because they're expecting a retracement. Then the pullback happened. Then they buy the pullback and continue to move up. All right. So that's how the game is played. I need you guys to know that and understand that. So don't watch and wait for news and then jump on news. All right. That's how you get burned. I made those mistakes when I was just learning to trade, and then I realized, nah, you don't trade the news unless you're trading small cap that have news the exact same day. You're trying to get in and get out, but doing leap calls and swing trading with news, not really the best thing to do. So the best way to do that is find a way to position yourself. And I want to remind you guys as well of that because I haven't said that in a while. The great Warren Buffett quote: "Time in the market always beat timing the market." All right. If you guys wonder, why does he still hold bullish positions when he keeps saying he's a little, iffy about the market? Because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't have a crystal ball. We may wake up tomorrow and they say, you know what, the Fed might announce they're going to start QE or they're going to cut interest rate for whatever reason, emergency reason, right? Whatever it is. And I don't want to miss those moves. So I'm sitting in there, but what you can do while you're in there is protect your portfolio. All right? You take positions to protect your portfolio. You playing defense. All right? Until we're in a bull one where there's that exuberance and everybody's buying, it doesn't matter what you buy, it's running up. You take a step back because right now it's really a stock picker's market. You see a lot of things that's happening, right? The whole sector is not really moving up that much. It's specific stocks that might do a one up. That's what you are seeing, right? So, like if you look at the likes of Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, and Microsoft, they all doing different things. You see, this one is running, this one is flat, and this one is dropping, but they all tech. So it's not like tech is running. It's just that those specific companies are running. So you need to hone in your skills, know your patterns, go to work, go shop. By go shopping, I mean like go make a shopping list as far as which levels you guys are trying to get into specific things. I'm not telling you exactly to buy any other things I just listed. I just wanted to give you guys an example on how things are working out. But anyway, if you guys are here, I really appreciate it. Once again, make sure to like the video. I'm gonna keep reminding you guys that. Let me take if I we take a quick look at the VIX. Taking a quick look at the VIX. This is the Qs. What is the VIX saying? Is there any life? Yes. Yes, yes, there is. Now, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is how sometimes you have to know how to recognize certain things. Now, what exactly are we looking at? This is a fallen wedge pattern. I trade this pattern over and over and over. This is a fallen wedge pattern. And you can see the MACD, what the MACD is doing. The MACD just made a higher high, right? Boom. There we go. This is the VIX. The MACD is making a higher high right there. You guys could see it. Higher high in the MACD, and you guys are getting a wedge pattern, right? So this is like a moving support, moving resistance. Now, tomorrow, can we do this? So this is what we did. Pull back, retest the level, couldn't take it, drop. Now we are here. Now tomorrow, do we do that tomorrow? Right? Or do we pop again to go test that? Now what we don't want to do is a breakout of this wedge pattern. And typically, eventually, we're going to get the breakout. That's how these things work. When they do this, inside of that wedge pattern, eventually we break to the upside. That's going to happen no matter what. Now, once it does, I don't know how far high it's going to go. I do not know. I cannot tell you. When is it going to happen? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. Trust me, I would be in a different place if I could predict these things. But all I can do is read to you guys and show you guys the pattern. You may not trade these things, but I do. And I can show you an example. That's the 30 minutes, by the way, I'm looking at. Now, let me see if I check the 2 hours. 2 hours still pointing down, so there's not enough momentum, which is great for us. Um, the 4 hours still not enough momentum, but is that something that's going to end up making some sort of like a evening star? I mean morning star, because we're gonna get a big candle that breaks out of that. I don't know, because you guys can see we've had those small candles at the bottom before, and then we got a big push. All right, we have those many times. It's not unusual. Look at that. So we have this big candle, we had that, and then we have a big push. So none of these things are impossible to happen. And this is why we take a look at these things and we carefully watch them. Let me see. We have if we have something, some sort of trend line here. Okay. So we have a little bit of a move. It could come down to 16. We'll keep an eye on it to see exactly what's happening. But for the pattern I was talking to you guys about, the falling wedge, I believe I caught one on this one. Yep, there you go. So I caught I caught this trade. Let me remove that. That was on Pepsi. This is what I was talking about because that's a falling wedge. See, we go down here, we move up, rejected, we come down again, we move up, we rejected, come down again, and eventually we broke out. And look at what we did. Since the break happened, since we had that break, this is what we did. We broke at what 150, 150. We went all the way to 170. I mean, I got out of that on Friday. Yeah, Friday. I got out of this. I got out of this on last Friday. That's when I got out right there because that was my target. It got to that. I got out of it. Again, that break happened and it made a 20-point move. 20. So I watch those patterns closely because I trade them regularly. In case you are not familiar, I would encourage you guys to research a falling wedge to see exactly what that does. This is what that did. Okay, that's what that did. So this is what I'm telling you guys to, and you can see how I have that written out here. Let me see if I can make that bigger because I already had this written down. Okay, I don't think I can. Whatever. Anyway, it is what it is. But I already had that there, and it said out. I don't. Let me see if I zoom in. If you would show a little bigger, that's me getting out. All right. So anyway, guys, I have to go meet. For those of you guys in the community, I will be on Teams shortly. All right, as soon as I close this live, make sure you on Teams. I will be on Teams, guys. I will be on Teams. Again, you guys know we have trades to review. We have certain things to discuss that I cannot discuss on here when it comes to futures trading and other trades we got into and things like that. So be on the live. If you have any questions, I'll be here so I can answer any questions. I will see you guys shortly. Once again, thank you everybody for joining in. As usual, I'm always going to be here trying to feed you guys and translate the market. But all I ask you guys in return, for those of you guys, I know some of you guys that are here never like the videos, but I would really appreciate it. It would mean a lot if you do, because that really helps the algorithm push that video out for me. And I really need to keep going the channel. I want to reach more people. I want to help more people. But anyway, guys, take care. Get into more. Stay patient. Follow the process. It's always POP, no matter what. It's always POP. That will keep you out of so many bad trades. You won't even know what to do with yourself. You're gonna email me at some point and say, "Hey, Coach Lord, you know what? I used to get false breakout all the time. For the first time, I mean, maybe I get one or two, but so far, by following the process, again, whatever your process is, just make sure you have one. All right, make sure you have one. If you don't have one, go on my channel and watch some of the videos where I go over my process. So see if you can use my process in your trading. Anyway, guys, take care. I will see you guys tomorrow. It's been a pleasure. Peace out.